Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. NuPhy reached out to me and asked me to review their Halo65 V2. This keyboard has a playful look to it and uses lighting as a key design element. Not only that, but you can tell a lot of work went into the acoustic design of this board. With 7 unique internal layers, they packed the inside with so much material, all for the sake of improved audio quality. NuPhy did send me this board for this review, but as always, all opinions will be my own. All relevant links will be in the description. Remember to subscribe to help support the channel, and let's get started with my first impressions. The Halo65 V2 comes in 5 colors: Obsidian Black, Mojito, Blue Lagoon, Sakura Fizz, and this one, which is iconic white. The first thing that grabbed my attention even before plugging it in was these keycaps. I already said it before, but I think that these accent colors are super playful and fun. But I also think it's subtle enough where it could still be used in an office. The font choice is perfectly legible and comes with a Mac layout by default. That's kind of an indicator that yes, NuPhy is targeting office workers and other professionals as their main clientele. But if you're a Windows user, they provide alternative keycaps in the box. There's also a switch and keycap holder, wireless receiver, switch samples, and USB-C cable. All nice additions to include. The profile of the keycaps is MSA. This is the high-profile counterpart to NuPhy's NSA profile. MSA keycaps have large and rounded typing surfaces, which are also slightly cupped. There's also an ergonomic angle to the keys for each of the rows. I find myself enjoying this shape because it's similar to a standard cherry profile, but the subtle cup of the keys feels quite nice. And it might be placebo, but I did feel more accurate than normal, which may or may not be connected. But yeah, very comfortable to type on. And that's not all. The spacebar is actually super special too. They call this the GhostBar. It features a silicone sound absorber attached with a polycarbonate connector. From the description on their product page, they claim it utilizes a series of small internal chambers to make a sound so similar to other keys that it becomes almost inaudible. And not only that, there's a silicone pad underneath for more sound absorption, along with a healthy amount of lubricant in the stabilizers. The result is a subtle thock that's also muted, and I really enjoy the tone it gives off. For a pre-built keyboard with zero modification, the NuPhy Halo65 V2 is up there with some of the best sounding. I'll play a quick spacebar sound test now and a full sound test at the end of the video. As the name suggests, the Halo65 V2's main design feature is the RGB ring that goes all the way around the board, both internally and externally. Of course, you can customize the lighting to your heart's content, either with keyboard shortcuts or configured with VIA. To use the keyboard shortcuts, hold down FN and any of these keys here to adjust the settings. The keycap lighting is tough to see with the default keycaps because they don't have any translucent elements besides the bumps on the F, J, and up arrow keys. The more noticeable way to change the lighting is to use FN plus M and any of the previous keys to customize the halo effect. There's tons of modes to choose from, so feel free to use the one that appeals to you the most. And if a mistake is made and settings are messed up, to factory reset the board, hold FN plus left square bracket for a fresh start. A flashing animation will play to indicate when it's done. There's a small logo accent piece here that's actually held in place by a magnet. To remove it, press down on the left side, then pull it out. My board actually came with it oriented in a weird way, so if yours does too, just simply put it back in place. The typing angle can be adjusted on the bottom with these orange feet. You can pick between flat, medium, and maximum based on your comfort. I enjoyed using the middle setting the most. This keyboard is also wireless, either through Bluetooth or with the included USB dongle. On the back of the board, you may have noticed the blue silicone cover. If you take that out, it becomes the perfect place to store the USB dongle, ensuring it never gets lost. Also, on the other side, this is where you'll find 2 switches and the USB port. The WM switch is to toggle between Windows and Mac profiles. By default, I think it actually comes with the Mac setting on, so double check for yourself that it's on the correct operating system. The other switch toggles between off, wired, and wireless connection. Having an off setting is something you don't see every day. It turns the keyboard completely off, even if it's plugged in. It seems kind of useless to me, but it's there if you need it. Inside the NuPhy Halo65 V2 is where all the magic happens. There's some serious attention to enthusiast-specific details, all for the sake of improving the typing and acoustic qualities of the board. First off, it's hot swap, meaning that you're free to replace these switches with whatever ones you want. They recommended I try their Raspberry switches, which were made in collaboration with Gatoron. From their website, you can customize the board with 3 other options: Mint, Lemon, and Blush Max. If you're having trouble deciding, the Raspberries are a very safe pick to go with because of their standard feel. There are 7 internal layers inside the board, filling it to the brim with material, all to maximize its typing performance. The various layers of foams and silicone leave no room for air inside, absorb unwanted vibrations, and greatly deepens the overall tone of the board. And furthermore, the mounting style is a gasket mount connected at the PCB instead of the plate. Honestly, I can't tell if this makes too much of a difference, but it should allow the edge keys to have more flexibility than would typically be possible. Before we listen to the sound test, I wanted to go over my final thoughts. The NuPhy Halo65 V2 can be purchased for $120, which I think is an extremely good value for what you get. The sound alone is well worth what you pay for. You can also use code level7kevin at checkout for a small discount on your purchase. This board is best suited for professional users, as noted by the extensive Mac support. That's not to say you can't game with this board. In fact, it now has a 1K polling rate, which is an upgrade from the original V1. Plus, it's still fully customizable because it's hot swap, so you can truly make it your own. Remember to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.